All right, Cybertruck 13.2.9, and it doesn't seem to wake up, so I'm gonna have to drive a little bit before the full self-driving even starts. It's kind of a bummer. It's a bit noisy in here because the air conditioning is going. Come on, there we go. So here we go, our first right turn. Let's have the cameras going. We're on the update 2025 20.6, I believe. So just have a few things to drop off packages, and being that you know, one of my side gigs is I have to be a property manager, and I don't like the idea of being like a landlord at all. It is way overrated. I'm doing this property management for my dad's places, and this year, you know, he's gonna lose money. Yeah, he's already in the red. Definitely going to lose money. And it's just a lot of work. It's not as easy as it seems. Of course, you could be a slumlord, and that's probably how you make money, is being like a slumlord. And even then, are you gonna make enough as shares, like being a stockholder? I don't think so. And on that related news, we're gonna make a right turn and talk about Elon talking too much about making up the American Party. It is annoying, but you know, everybody has to have his opinion, and if he's really into politics, that's him, right? Even though he's wrong, he can have an opinion, and how it affects the Tesla shares. I've said in past videos that the shares they're resilient. And so the morning after, he was talking about making a third party again. You know, the shares, they got dumped a lot lower than I expected. I was thinking, you know, maybe there's a new level now of what the shares are willing to go down to, 300. And if they slip past that, there's no chance it gets to the next level, which is 280, which has been a rock solid foundational type of level. And I was right. It didn't, I mean, it went into the 280 range, but it didn't go further than that. People saw through it, and they're like, you know, it can go bad. All right, it's gonna get bad, but it's not, you know, I'm not gonna dump it. Other people's aren't gonna dump it. And the market just decided, yeah, you know, 280 is kind of like a buying opportunity. So of course that's what I did. I just bought some more because I just think it is a buying opportunity at the price. So if you've been following what I've been saying about Tesla, is that it's very volatile, and that presents buying opportunities. You just have to be ready for it. You know, I don't live stream these things when it happens. It's just because, you know, I have a day job, and this is what I do. It's best if you just have like some price points if you want, and just monitor it. When you see it, buy it. Don't think too much about it. It's just, if you're familiar with the prices, that's all that you need to do to become a successful trader. If you know the high-end prices versus the low-end, it's not even about charts. It's about getting familiar with prices of certain items that you follow, and if you have faith in the product and the vision, and I think the vision is going to hold up. You know, you can see that Waymo is like branching out. Right now, they are trying to get to New York. They're testing in New York because Waymo knows they can't scale the way Tesla does, and they may not have to. let's just say that they corner just some certain markets. If they can corner some very specific markets, they might have like they might own that market until Tesla comes along. And even if Tesla comes along, it's no sure thing that it can steal that market from Waymo. But I think it can. That's not a sure thing though. Because that's like Lyft trying to undercut Uber. And maybe they can, but for now they haven't been able to. I mean, they just take a good segment and Waymo's just gonna take a good segment from them. It's just that Waymo is it's very expensive to get going, to get that service going, to build that proof of concept. And yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm a little bit sick today, but sick or not, I gotta work, right? Gotta take care of the family, whatever. But the Waymo future self-driving cars, what are they gonna do with this tech? Are they gonna sell it off to Ford? Are they gonna sell it off to Chevy? Maybe. It's really unsightly, that tech. And will it even pass crash testing? Can you even get a drive-through car wash with those things? Can you retrofit like your luggage to sit on the top of your car? See, these things are just like basic stuff that the Waymo system might not work with. While car sensors, unless you're covering like where you see, that's where the sensor vision is primarily placed. It's just 3 small cameras up here, and then the rest of the other cameras still necessary, but there's no way to really block those cameras. Like one of them is on like the fender fronts, but the Waymo thing, you're not gonna block that front piece, but it's very it protrudes, and I think it's like very prone to damage, and I don't think it'll pass crash testing like conventional crash tests. And I do recall that being like one part of the autonomous layer. Maybe they'll give an exception to Waymo, because that thing is darn unsightly. And on top of that, there was this a video by Washington Post on Waymo, and it's one of these concerning things that Waymo should be concerned about, but maybe they're not, just because.
Unsettling. Waymo's often would not stop for me at a crosswalk I use every day to go to work. So I began to record myself crossing the street.
So the issue is that Waymo plays chicken with people walking across the street. Like, you can get started walking across the street, and the Waymo is not gonna stop. They're gonna go fast, and if you start crossing the street, there's a chance that it'll stop, but it'll stop very close to you. And because they don't have vision, they have lasers. Lasers, human perception is different than lasers. We see things visually in a 2D world, where a laser tries to map out the 2D world, but then it cannot map up that well, because it maps via shooting back and forth, and that's not a great way of mapping stuff. Instead of like just take a picture, if I take a single photo frame, which is basically video is just many frames, okay, so it's easy to identify a human. But if I shoot a line laser, at a pole. There's no way I can differentiate between a pole and a car. So I have to shoot more lasers and more lasers and widen the field, broaden the field, just to get an idea or a rough estimate of what that object is. See, it's gonna 3D map that object in front of me. But now I'm spending a lot of power and calculations to map it out with lasers, and that's just not how humans work. So it's just a flaw in the system, and in theory, I mean, there's suggestive videos that say that Waymo is basically uncrashable, and maybe you've seen them, maybe you haven't, but Mark Rober has a famous E. Coyote type video. We gotta go, car. Come on, get over here, get over here, get. So I had to break that full self-driving. This is ridiculous. It needs to listen to me because check this out. This is where we're going. I'm not about to go from here, this low light, and then rush over, 2 lanes and make a stop in a hard right. So yeah. So I'm not sure why the full self-driving wasn't listening to my instructions there. Often it does, but this time it didn't. Maybe I thought it'd have to turn here, like this lane, that maybe it has to turn right, so it resisted it. But you don't have to turn right here. Even, there's a sign right there, turning vehicles, turn right, but it's not, it's optional. We don't have to do it. So yeah, it's I really don't like this thing about this full self-driving when it doesn't listen to me and follow instructions. I mean, I'm just giving it suggestions, like, take my suggestions seriously. Come on now. Anyhow, so enough about the Waymo way of mapping objects and not stopping for pedestrians. It is what it is, and God forbid one day it might hit somebody, and then yeah, because it's hit a light pole. If you can hit a light pole, there is a chance you could hit a human. It's just whatever. All right, so now I'm gonna break self-driving again, because I want to park here, but it's not giving me the option. All right. Sorry about that. That took a little bit of time to even get started. It can't see. There's like no lines where it's parking right here. You can see these 2 last ones. I'm in the middle one, but it's hard to decipher these lines. Even like as a human, they can tell that, okay, they painted over like a former handicap, because handicapped people probably don't go to FedEx often to drop off packages, and even if they do, there's 2 spots over there already, so it's not a big deal. Alright. There we go. Be right back. Alright, this is a little bit of a situation. Bunch of cars here. And we are on the way. Are we? Get moving, car. Come on. So this is a difficult turn right here. Let's see what the car does. It wants to make a right, but sometimes it goes for this left. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Are we really? Ooh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wow. We went head on with those two cars. Kind of interesting. Yeah, it was a bit of a game of chicken, but not much. And you see this car, this is a very difficult turn, and the Tesla's gonna go. No, you can't go. You can't even. No way. I know the truck can make this turn, but it is very difficult. The reason why is that I got a lot of traffic on my left, and that's 3 lanes, and it's 3 like tight lanes. I got a middle turn lane because this to our right is a Costco. A lot of people want to go into Costco, so they use that middle lane to get into Costco. So it's, you know, maybe I could make a break for it right here, right here. The car should go. Go. Take the middle. Take the middle. All right, right. Take the middle. Take the middle. All right. This is excellent because it's hard to play this game. And now it's trying to merge over, which it's going to do right now. Yes. Very nice of you, Tesla. I could have done it better. I'm not bragging or anything. I could have done it better, but either way, that's like a stressful turn for a lot of people. I know a lot of people don't like to make that turn, to turn into the middle and then turn right to, because sometimes if this light were green and there's even more traffic than this, you can really just get stuck there for a while, and people feel awkward because there's other cars trying to do the exact same thing from behind, and they're getting frustrated at you. You know that they're getting frustrated. So it's just an overall crap situation, and the Tesla did it well. It did it well. All right, yeah, we just have one more quick stop. But in other news, Tesla had its best sales month so far this year in these countries in June. Good trend: UK, Turkey, Norway, Australia, France, Spain, Netherlands, Thailand, Japan, Portugal, Denmark, and more, Austria, Belgium, Sweden, Switzerland, Ireland. So yeah, I still don't have the June data for some other countries, according to Roland Percher. So the idea that Tesla was going to fold, Tesla bad, Elon bad, and it just doesn't pan out. And the reason why it doesn't pan out is because when you hear that Tesla has gone stale, or you hear these prevailing negative statements about Tesla, and then you find out that the new Model Y is like a 70% changeover. You find out that the new Model Y is quieter, has a better suspension. It's a lot more polished inside and out. People can see for themselves. I mean, people that are in the market for these types of vehicles, they can see for themselves once they have experience with it. All this negativity is wrong. And sometimes people, they're not going to do multiple drives. Okay, so somebody buying an Ioniq Q is probably going to the Hyundai dealer, test driving it, liking it, buying it. There's a chance that they might miss out on going to the Tesla, whatever, the showroom. Okay, and Tesla is a lot different. Like around here, there's like a Tesla in the store. It's a small little, tiny little showroom, just 2 vehicles in there. However, if you go in there, you can actually test drive like any car. Yeah, I believe, yes, any car. They have the S and X, and they have the Y Model 3, and even the Cybertruck. So you could just go there and test out any model. they may not have it in the showroom, but they have it just like in a parking lot. And I thought that was it's very efficient. However, you're not going to. It's not very. Like, you're not going to hype up your vehicle. It's not very hype worthy. Let's just say that. But it probably saves them like a ton of money, and they've already done the math that this model of selling direct to consumer is just better for Tesla. So because of that person trying out the Hyundai probably is never gonna try out the Tesla. And these Hyundai owners or the Mustang Mach-E owners that never try out Teslas, eventually they will. Eventually they will. And they're gonna find out that it's a serious car. Like, it's engineered very well. And when they find out that it's just in a different league, they convert to it. But that also leads to like a slow adoption of EVs, and the bigger, better bill is only going to make adoption slower. It's gonna make it slower, but hey, that's life. It's life. It's already done. Time to move on. I think there's already enough EVs on the market. And Tesla, they had a good run at, using all those credits, even though they didn't ask for them. They did use it, and now they're trying to use the very last bit of it. There's a marketing campaign trying to get it going September 30th. That's the last time. And by the way, if you guys want to buy a Tesla, use my links in the comment below or in the description below. And if you guys don't get in on the Tesla, I do believe that they'll have specials in which they'll lower the prices by a good amount. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Can't really hold me to that, I mean, when it comes to this car, I believe I paid the whole thing with like no rebate or whatever. And you might think I'm an idiot, but I guess I am an idiot that has made enough with Tesla shares and with Nvidia shares to pay out the entire car. So it's whatever. It's whatever, right? Wow, look at that. Wow, that is wow, that green car is so shiny. Green chrome. Interesting. No ideas here. Green chrome. Yeah. How did they chrome out that? Whatever. I thought that was kind of cool. Very gimmicky. However, I am into gimmicky stuff. Just let it be, alright? Let it be. Alright, so up here we have to make a right and a left, and then we get there. And so this is the full self-driving. This is the truck, in case you're not getting like a Model 3 or Model Y type of Tesla. You're not into it, and you don't believe that it's all there. I'll tell you right now that this is a phenomenal work truck. I mean, it may not be for everyone, okay? So if you're going like hundreds and hundreds of miles a day, it might be easier if you have gasoline. But if you're going hundreds of miles a day, bless your soul, that is a lot of work. Gasoline is going to be quicker for you to refill. However, on the other hand, it will cost more. And aside from costing more, guess what? You're gonna spend hours and hours doing something that you absolutely do not love. You do not even like. You maybe even hate. And that is driving. That is driving. Nobody likes driving day to day. Sometimes you like driving in certain scenarios, and like say you're at a racetrack for very specific scenarios. Oh, look, a Cybertruck. You can say that yes, I enjoy the driving experience that I am at that in that certain scenario. I enjoy driving while the sun is setting over a beautiful skyline and overlooking the ocean. And even then, you might not enjoy driving it. Because what if you're driving like that and then the sun is all up in your eyes? Come on. The idea that people enjoy driving, more often than not, they don't. They put up with it. They bear with it. They do it because they have to. And full self-driving is just in a different league. It is really in a different league. And granted, sometimes this full self-driving doesn't work well. Sometimes it's just having a bad day, but the bad day means that maybe it gives somebody else a bad day because it's not in the perfect lane. Maybe it drives a little bit too slow and it gives the person behind anxiety for being too slow. However, in terms of scale of problems, those aren't large scale problems. Like, they're not going to destroy somebody's life. However, full self-driving can make your life just very wonderful. Right here, I'm trying to get through. I can't. This person in front of me is just not letting me go. There's not enough space. I don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna be here at the Walmart neighborhood supermarket in 7 minutes. Just let it be. I just don't have to worry about it. And it's especially less concerning if I'm on my way home. On my way home, I'm definitely not rushing it. Right now, I'm not rushing it either. I'm just going there to pay a bill. Like I said at the beginning of the video, being a landlord totally sucks. So I had to keep the utilities on that unit. And then the tenant moves in. Make sure that the utilities are all cut. And usually I could just pay online, but SoCal Gas, the thing was down. So now I have to go inside. They have many places that you could just go inside and pay with cash. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go inside and pay with cash. I have exact change. I have my account number. Whatever. So going back to this truck, going back to Teslas, they're full self-driving. They're very distinct build, and it's just on another league. And I challenge you to put this to the test. For anyone that's looking for a new car and has never gone to full self-driving, give it a test run. It's quite amazing. It is quite amazing. The more I use it, the more pleased I am with it. There's I've seen this Cybertruck person, and now they have that they have something on the top, like a top roof rack. Very practical, but it doesn't look that great. Yeah, I was talking about that roof rack in a previous video, that the top roof rack has to be angular, and this one is angular, so it's perfect. I'm not sure if I would ever use it. It's kind of ugly. And I don't do a lot of construction anymore. If I do, it's just going to be incidental. However, I do haul a lot of packages, and so that's what I use the Cybertruck for. It hauls just as good. No, take that back. It hauls better than any truck around. That tonneau cover is seriously underrated. You can pack the entire back of your truck with stuff right now. And as long as it's under a certain height, you can just cover the tonneau cover and nobody even knows it's there. There's no temptation for others to, touch your stuff. There's no temptation for people just to harass your stuff and look at it. And by the way, some people, they really don't know that this is a truck. I took this to the beach. My daughters, we went to the beach, maybe 2 weeks back. And there's just some ladies that came up to us and they just wanted to look at the Cybertruck. They just wanted to look to see what is in this tonneau cover. What's this all about? And so I opened it and they're like, what the hell? This thing is a truck? And they're just amazed because they just see this this metal beast and they're not paying attention. They're just like oblivious to what this is. And if you're looking at conventional trucks, okay, you know it's a truck right away, right? But you look at this unconventional machine, you might even think it's like an SUV because it has like 4 doors, right? Is it? No, it's not SUV. It's just a passenger truck. It's a passenger truck. And because of that tonneau cover and how stealthy it is, you can, for me it's darn perfect because I deliver packages and I say half the time it doesn't fill up the entire bed. Sometimes it does, okay. So when it does fill out the entire bed, then I have to open the tonneau cover and whatever. So maybe 1 out of 3 times it doesn't fill up the entire bed. Okay, so that's like specifically with work. After hour stuff, then there's a different story. It's most likely not filled, but for work, 2 out of 3 days, then I fill the entire bed with stuff. And it works just like a conventional truck. On top of that, having the L-track. Oh my goodness. Never had a truck with the L-track before. Absolutely amazing. The L-track, you have points there, and the points that you buy to attach to it, it's like dirt cheap. I mean, the L-track is what's worthy, not these connection points, but you get the connection points, and it is it's a really cheap way of just having stuff done for like cheap. And the connection points they're just phenomenal. So anyhow, so again, when you get to compare a Tesla, see I'm pretty sure I'm familiar with the Chevy truck in front of me because I've driven one before. But that Chevy owner, there's almost zero chance that he's been in a Cybertruck and used it for what he uses his truck. And I'll tell you, I'm not an avid truck person. Okay, so I've done construction for years, and I even have a contractor license, but I'm not like somebody that said, oh man, I just have to have a truck. Not that type of person. But I do appreciate it. A nice truck. And this one is the nicest one of all. And once people find out, through experience, through using, then that's when Tesla is going to be like, it's going to be unstoppable. Even though the cars, the trucks, they are right now. That's why I have faith in the shares just not getting pounded, even though, you know, Elon decided to have a mind of his own. I predict it's not going to get pounded because Tesla is just, they're too strong. Their products are too good. And waving at that little kid because he's just really happy and pointing at me. But Tesla is too strong. Their products are too good. It's just not gonna go. There's only so much it's gonna go down. And I'm gonna get out of this area just so I could park by myself. Because I'm at a Walmart, and people with Cybertrucks, they don't go to a Walmart. Okay, this Walmart is actually not that ghetto. Okay, I'll just put it that way. This is like a grocery store Walmart. It's the neighborhood Walmart. It's not a really ghetto Walmart. If you're thinking I'm just like really ghetto, no, it's not like that. Anyhow, that's all I got for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to like, subscribe, share. See you in the next one. Take care.